What's going on, Dragon Ball Z fans? I'm Gaming here today bringing you some groundbreaking and awesome news, information, and updates surrounding the early beginnings of the upcoming Dragon Ball Z movie Revival of F Fukatsu no F, the upcoming Dragon Ball Z movie scheduled for April 18th, 2015. Now, before I begin, I want to say this. This is going to be a heavily spoiled video. The entire beginning of the movie will be foretold. The articles have been leaked on SaiyanIsland.com and all over the web, so if you guys don't want to know the beginning of the movie, I would highly suggest you guys to go on ahead and skip the video just a tad bit further, because we are going to actually discuss what happens in the beginning of the film, what happens with Frieza, and Goku's dumb reaction to actually finding out that Frieza has more transformations further than his 4th level. So for those of you out there who want to actually know more, I'm excited about this because the story actually fluctuates very, very well, although I don't understand the fact why Frieza needs 4 months to train in order to get stronger, but we will find out why today. So here we go. Now, the beginning of the manga slash movie is supposed to open up with a scene with a flashback actually to Namek, where Goku delivers the infamous speech that I am a Super Saiyan, I am the hope of the universe, the light that shines through the darkness and whatnot. So Frieza keeps, you know, envisioning that over and over and over again in his head, and then he fast forwards to when he was Mecha Frieza and his first time engagement with future Trunks, and he keeps replaying the scenario to when Trunks pretty much declared to Frieza that he had a miscalculation because there was another Super Saiyan standing right in front of him. So while replaying all of that, while replaying himself being sliced and diced and incinerated on Earth, Frieza mutters the words Super Saiyan to himself very slowly, very maniacally. He keeps muttering that to himself while he's cocooned in hell. And yes, now a lot of people are going to talk about, you know, the hell that we saw during the Kid Buu saga, and this is a big thing because there are many people out there that would debate this. Now, many people are saying that hell was not canon. Some people are saying that it was. Many other people are saying that what we saw with Cell and Frieza in hell during the Majin Buu saga was actually filler. That wasn't supposed to happen. None of that actually correlated with Akira Toriyama's manga. So, we actually get a real hell with Mecha Frieza waking up. You can imagine Frieza is not having a good time right now. So, fast forward a little bit later in outer space, where on Frieza's ship, Sorbet actually receives a report that a rebellion by a native inhabitant planet by the planet name of 448 is too fierce to contain. So then he pretty much orders reinforcements and whatnot, and he was told that, you know, they're already preoccupied with other fights happening on other planets. So, you know, Sorbet's being so angry right now, he's gritting his teeth, he orders for a retreat and whatnot. So he's pissed, he walks off, he gets in his commander's chair, and he's like, damn it, man, what do I need to do here? A little later, he finds out that the survivors on the Namekian planet have been found, and they are on Earth. So right now, Sorbet is just hell-bent to go to Earth, and Togmoa is there with him, and he's like, well, are you actually planning on going to Earth? And, you know, Sorbet replies by saying, of course I am, because Lord Frieza will be coming back to life. Now, on Earth, Gohan and Videl are showing off their baby Pan to Piccolo. Yes, Pan is born. When suddenly, all of a sudden, the sky goes dark, Piccolo immediately knew right off the bat that Shenron has been summoned. Now, elsewhere, of course, we have Tien and Chaozu, you know, pausing their framework and training and whatnot. Everybody pretty much stops what they're doing, and they're looking up on something. So, you know, every single fighter who's on Earth, you know, Tien, Yamcha, who really cares about him, Chaozu, Krillin, who's now a police officer, everybody's looking up in the sky because everybody's wondering to themselves, why in the world is Shenron here? And yes, Shenron was indeed summoned, and before him stood Frieza's henchmen Sorbet and Tomoa, and Pilaf as well, because Pilaf was the one that gave these people the Dragon Balls. I mean, granted, they're all still children, you know, following up with Battle of Gods, of course. Now, Shenron asks them, you know, hey, what do you guys want? What is your wish? What is your desire? And almost instantly, Sorbet shouts out to Shenron, resurrect Lord Frieza. But the weird thing about this is, Shenron remains silent, and then Sorbet pretty much asks, you know, what's wrong here? Can I get my wish done? I mean, is my wish correct? And the dragon goes on to tell Sorbet that, you know, it is indeed possible, but the person's mortal body was cut into pieces a long time ago and cannot be brought back to life. It would be meaningless for his soul to return the way it is because he has no body. Now, Sorbet is briefly troubled by the news. He's like, what the hell? Are you kidding me? We can't bring him back because he has no body. But then Togmoa suggests that the recovery chambers are still currently being functional, so it works. You know, the recovery chamber can be used to bring back Lord Frieza. Now, speaking of Sorbet's concerns after that, he shouts out, "Hey, I don't care if he's in pieces, just revive him already." And Shenron is displeased with, you know, this high and mighty demander, and but he has no choice, and he actually listens to Sorbet, and he does as he's being told. You know, Shenron's eyes, they begin to glow, and Frieza suddenly vanishes from his pod in hell and reappears in chunks, which lands before Sorbet, and pretty much, you know, Frieza's like, "Where am I? What the hell?" So imagine Frieza, right, coming back in bits and pieces. There you go, that's Frieza. He comes back in a bunch of pieces, although he's resurrected as Mecha Frieza, and Mecha Frieza is there in front of Sorbet and Shenron, but he's just entirely in pieces. He has no body. And what's cool to note is almost instantly Piccolo and Gohan sense a very familiar key presence, and they're baffled. They're like, no way. So Frieza briefly tries to pull himself together before falling into pieces once more, and it fails. And that's pretty much because he has no body. So they regroup, they pick Frieza up, they put him in a container, they get on the ship, and they leave. And mind you, Tugmo is actually the character that's trying to question Sorbet. He's like, alright, well listen, we brought him back because we want to rebuild and reassemble our army, because the inner and outer ranks of Frieza's old army has pretty much fallen into shambles, and there is no ranking order. Everybody thinks they're the boss, everybody's trying to control things on their own, and the reason why we brought Frieza back was for him to rebuild his forces and, you know, keep everything in chain command, right? There's no reason for him to go after that Saiyan, right? And Sorbet's pretty much going against that. So Sorbet and Tugmoa are both having different opinions on Frieza. You know, Sorbet is all about bringing Frieza back. You know, who cares about the Saiyans? He'll get his revenge as long as Frieza's there. And Tugmoa's like, well, listen, he was beat before. He's not as strong. I don't think this is a good idea. We only brought him back to, you know, fix the army and stuff, right? We didn't bring him back so he can go all apeshit. So back on Earth, Gohan, you know, senses that the key has suddenly vanished and wonders to himself, like, what was that all about? And Piccolo has a very bad feeling about this, because Piccolo kind of instantly knew what was going on, but he still is questioning, you know, the energy that he felt, because nobody knew what it was. You know, it was very familiar, but nobody knew what it was. So off in space, you know, in the confines of the recovery chamber, Frieza is dreaming. He's there, he's being rebuilt, pretty much reliving a nightmare that he had at once being the mightiest in the universe, and now having to resort to being, you know, beaten by just mere Saiyans and whatnot. So, you know, while Frieza's in there, he's actually, you know, having nightmares and whatnot, because how could you not? If you were beaten by two people and you claim to be the mightiest in the universe, you know, how could you not? So everybody's watching Frieza's slumber, and in his dreams, Frieza relives his last moments on Namek, and especially the desperate blast by Goku, especially when he shouted out, "You fool," and he completely obliterated him. And then on top of that, he's actually, you know, thinking about what Trunks did to him, and then suddenly he just awakens with a look of rage in his eye, and the moment he opens up his eyes, the entire ship just like trembles. You know, every single scouter inside of that ship's breaks, except for Tugmoa's and Sorbet's. So the glass of the, you know, Frieza's recovery chamber begins to crack, and then it suddenly just bursts out, it breaks, and there's liquid all over the place, and out comes Frieza in his first form, looking very, very unhappy and unamused, and very angry. Frieza has never been more angry in his entire life. He cracks his neck, he cracks his knuckles, he sighs. He's looking around the room, hesitantly, he's just observing everybody, and Sorbet pretty much addresses him by saying, welcome back, Mr. Lord Frieza, and Frieza just looks at him, and he's like, and you are? And then Sorbet introduces himself as, you know, former staff officer of the 3rd sector. Frieza's, you know, pretty much discouraged. He's like, what the hell? I don't even know who you are. So the last time Frieza seemed to have recognized him, he didn't recall any memory of him, so he was just like, whatever. So Sorbet explains that they have gathered the Dragon Balls and they have wished him back to life. Now, Frieza does have recognition, and he does remember the mysterious orbs that Namek had. Tugmoa interjects, and he also says that, you know, he had a hand at, you know, helping Frieza be revived and whatnot, and Sorbet hastily explains to Tugmoa that, you know, that he is an excellent warrior on on par with Zarbon and Dodoria and stuff like that. And Frieza congratulates him, you know, offhandedly, and then points the finger and kills one of the soldiers instantly. So, you know, Frieza right off the bat starts killing his own soldiers, and then he utters out, "My skills really have lapsed a bit," which means, you know, he pretty much sucks now. Frieza lost everything he had because, you know, he was down in hell for so long. He couldn't fight, he couldn't train. So then he utters out, "My revenge might take a little bit of time." And then Sorbet is taking, you know, back. He's like, wait, what, revenge? Wait, what? And then Frieza's like, of course, after all, I would not be satisfied until I obliterated those two Saiyans who did this to me. Now, I'm going to pause it right here. I'm going to pause it right here because for the haters of mine, they seem to misconstrue that one little sentence. Alright, let me just point something out to you real quick. Who are the other two Saiyans? Who are the only two Saiyans that have ever beaten Frieza in the past? It was never Vegeta. It was never Gohan. It couldn't have been Piccolo because he was a Namekian. It couldn't have been Krillin because he is a human. It couldn't have been Tien or Yamcha because they were dead. Who were the only two Saiyans to put Frieza down for the count? It was Goku and it was future Trunks. For those of you who have no knowledge of this, go back and do your fucking research, because there have been a lot of people that were saying, no, it wasn't Trunks, it wasn't Goku. So who the hell was it? Was it fucking Beerus? Because of course not, it wasn't Beerus, of course, it was Saiyans. He clearly states, "I will not be satisfied until I obliterate the two Saiyans that did this to me." Just to get that out there. And no, do not include Ultimate Gohan, because I know some people might say, well, you know, when Goku fought Janemba, we saw, you know, Frieza's ghost emerge, and we saw Gohan punch him once in the ribs. No, that was non-canon. It never happened in Akira Toriyama's fucking manga. Stop it. It was Goku. It was Trunks. Who knows? I mean, I've been reading a lot of your comments. Maybe Frieza tries to kill Kid Trunks. Maybe he does kill Kid Trunks because he sees Kid Trunks and he's like, "You little bastard. That was you." And Kid Trunks is like, "What the hell are you talking about?" So, going back to the story, now Togmoa actually suggests to Frieza, like, "Hey, I don't think getting revenge would be very, very plausible. Now, you know, if you want me to make a minor suggestion, I would really just recommend for us to regroup the armies and whatnot." So Frieza cuts him off right there by killing him. He blasts his fucking chest right off. So that is the end of him. Now Frieza goes on to head to lecture the remaining soldiers inside, talking about how everybody has become quite weak and whatnot. So Sorbet goes on to head and you know, inform Frieza that Son Goku has become way more powerful than ever before. This, however, amuses Frieza. Frieza's actually happy about this. Why in the hell is Frieza happy that Goku has reached a level that Frieza could never reach? And then he replies by saying, "I merely have to become just stronger than he is." Like, this dude's nuts. He's insane. So Sorbet goes on to say that pretty much Goku has defeated Majin Buu. Through all of that, there was no data recovered after Majin Buu. So what that means is this: nobody was keeping track of Goku or anybody else prior to what happened after Majin Buu. So they don't have any data on Beerus. They don't know anything about Beerus or the Super Saiyan God transformation. So that right there is very interesting to know, because what in the world happened? What happened to your data? There's no data on Beerus. And what's interesting to note is Frieza replies by telling everybody this: "Papa told me never to lay a hand on only two people, the God of Destruction Beerus and Majin Buu." That Majin Buu, eh? So now Frieza automatically knew right off the bat. So Frieza knows of Majin Buu. Frieza knows of Beerus. And King Cold has told Frieza, "Yeah, you're the mightiest in the universe, but don't you ever challenge these two people. Don't ever challenge Beerus. Don't ever challenge Majin Buu." And what happened? Majin Buu is gone, or at least Kid Buu, Super Buu, you know, is gone, and Majin Buu is still on Earth. So Sorbet nervously agrees, and Frieza is not happy. And Frieza replies by saying, "That is beyond what I've imagined." And so pretty much Frieza's baffled. He's like, how in the hell did Goku destroy Majin Buu? So, but after that, he smirks, he smiles, and he goes on to say, "Well, this is very interesting." And Sorbet asks him, like, "What do you mean?" And Frieza replies by saying this. Now pay attention. He goes, "Since I was born a genius, I have never done such thing as training. I have never trained before, nor have I ever had any need to train. And then he goes on to say, but I wonder what will happen if I train and draw my full potential, my inner power. Now, what Frieza's trying to say is this. Throughout his entire life, he never, ever, 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 ever trained. Frieza never trained since he was a kid growing up until his final moments with Goku and Trunks. Frieza never trained, and he became that powerful. So, you know, Sorbet replies by saying, you mean, so you'll be able to get stronger? And then Frieza replies by saying, well, of course. According to my predictions, I will. If I train in the earnest of 4 months, I should be able to snuff even that Saiyan out with the blink of an eye. Now, everybody, including Sorbet, actually were pretty astounded by this, and they said, well, much stronger than Goku? And Frieza just grins with an evil grin, and the chapter ends. Now, but it is not over, because we finally found out that Bulma knew about Goku at some point, knowing that Frieza's still around. So there's a dialogue between Bulma and Goku, and this is what Bulma tells Goku. But didn't Trunks from the future dice Frieza up into tiny bits? And Goku replies by saying this. They put him back into little pieces, and they put his body back together in the whatchamacallit machine, seems like. And on top of that, since he was defeated by me and Trunks, he's got a huge grudge against us. And to win against me, he attacked after gaining the strength to progress/evolve further beyond his 4 transformations. So, he has new transformations. We don't know what the hell it is. It could be a Nova form, it could be a God form, it could be a 5th transformation, it could be, you know, whatever it is. Whatever it is strong enough to combat Goku. Now, the way Goku's talking about that, he seems as if he's talking about that Frieza already came by and he fought them or whatnot. So, but what's very interesting to note is this. Whis trains Goku and Vegeta. Yes, Goku and Vegeta are official trainees of Whis, and there is a very small picture showing off Whis training with both of them. And Whis is so freaking strong. I'm sorry, guys, I love Gogeta, I love Vegito, I love them to death, and I understand if they were to become gods, they would definitely pose a very credible threat. But against Whis, out of all people, Whis was shown fighting Goku and Vegeta with one arm. Are you kidding me? He was fighting Goku off with one arm, and then he was fighting Vegeta off in the other arm at the same time. Guys, he fought Goku and Vegeta off with one arm each at the same time. That right there is just power. Pure and utter power. And then actually, we saw Beerus get in the mix, and Beerus actually let off some energy blasts. Now, we don't really know too much as of right now whether or not, you know, Beerus is going to go on ahead and have a major training role about this, but definitely things are about to get hot. And there was another screenshot showed where there were thousands and thousands of Frieza's soldiers on this remote planet, and Frieza looked like he was just blasting them all off. So maybe Frieza's training involves killing off, you know, all of his army members and whatnot. So maybe it's Frieza versus his own army to train. So there have been a lot of things going around right now. So much Revival of F information coming out. So I am very, very happy about this. Judging based on the story, this story is going to be very, very good. Already I feel as if it's that much better than Battle of Gods, because it tells the story of revenge. It tells the story on how Frieza wants to just kill Goku so bad and kill Trunks so bad. So what baffles me till this day is knowing how strong he gets with only 4 months of training. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about his training, because I personally want to know how in the world Frieza plans on getting stronger in only 4 months, where it took Goku and Vegeta years to get to where they need to get to. I understand that Frieza's a different breed. He's not a Saiyan, and he's never trained before apparently, so maybe by him training it'll increase his power like dramatically. I mean, just we don't really know how powerful he will truly be, but he does train in the film, so that right there is just so excited. I'm very excited about this, guy. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about this brief story. And once again, everybody, thank you all for watching. My name is Entertainment Gaming. If you guys are Dragon Ball Z fans like I am, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for all latest Dragon Ball Z news, information, updates, what if battles, Xenoverse content, and so much more, guys. If you guys are excited about this as I am, am. If you guys cannot wait to see more, if you guys are so fucking stoked about this movie, don't forget to hit it up and a like and a favorite. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Spread this video everywhere, guys. Share it to your friends and your family. Let them know about the story. As I told you guys, SaiyanIsland.com. You can go on Google and just Google any revival of F Insider, like Dragon Ball Insider, and SaiyanIsland.com are the best resources for me, at least. So I am just so excited about this. More chapters are coming, everybody, so stay tuned for more. I hope you guys enjoyed. Long live Dragon Ball Z. Let me know what you guys think. And I really want to know who's going to be the person that's going to defeat Frieza. Is it Goku? Is it Vegeta? Is it Whis? Is it Beerus? Is it Gohan? Is it Piccolo? Is it Vegito? Is it Gogeta? Is it a new god from a new universe? I mean, who knows? Remember, guys, Beerus did say there are 12 universes, so you'll never really know if another god might intervene and just put an end to all this. So once again, guys, thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you guys in the next episode. Take it easy, everybody, and God bless. Dragon Ball Z, baby. Peace!